Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Scott County Sports Network. Mike Ritchie along with Mark Walls, Kevin Ritchie, Toby Murray. We're at Scott County High School, opening game of the season for the 2015-2016 Scott County Boys Cardinal basketball team. Scott County opens up the season tonight, hosting the Paris Greyhounds. Paris head coach Terrence Brooks coming to the first game of the year as well. Both teams come in with a perfect record. Paris, you might say, why is Scott County playing Paris? Paris is the number 2 ranked team, according to the Courier-Journal, in the 10th region this season. Scott County, very disappointing year last season. From the Scott County perspective, they finished 17-13, lost in the first game of the district tournament to Henry Clay. Rebuilding year for the Cardinals. What we'll do is we'll take a timeout. We'll come back, and we'll go into the details of Scott County's returning players from last year. We'll also take an opportunity to look at Terrence Brooks and his Paris Greyhounds. Should be a good one, both teams. Opening game right here on the Scott County Sports Network. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back right after this.
The Hawkinsmith Agency is proud to call Scott County home. We're your Main Street insurance that blends tradition and innovation to offer the best quality service to our clients. By offering a wide range of coverage from the impressive list of major insurance companies, we truly meet your insurance coverage needs. Come visit us at 224 East Main in Georgetown or online at hawkinsmithagency.com. The Hawkinsmith Agency, providing coverage for the Motorist Insurance Group for all your insurance needs.
People's Exchange Bank doesn't think you can get where you want to go by cutting corners, playing games, or sacrificing relationships. Roots take time to grow and give strength and stability. Since 1912, our banks and our people have been part of your community. And while our services continue to keep pace with your need for today's high-tech conveniences, we know that loyalty never grows old. You don't just need a bank, you need people. People's Exchange Bank. People serving people since 1912.
Welcome back to the Scott County Sports Network. Mike Ritchie along with Mark Walls. We're at Scott County High School, first game of the season, Mark. Scott County last year, very disappointing years from Scott County's perspective. Lost in the first round of the district against Henry Clay, 70-62. Come back this season. When you look at the returning players and returning points, there's not much. But one thing about the youth that Scott County has this year, a lot of talent.
Yeah, Mike, they can play, and that's going to be the interesting thing to watch this year as they develop. I think Scott County's going to take some lumps early on in the season, but I firmly believe that come district tournament time, to quote the great late Al McGuire, they won't be freshmen anymore. They'll be sophomores. So, when you look at it, I think this season is going to be a progression from tonight till the end of February, first weekend in March, and that's when you're going to see what the real Cardinals look like. But there's a lot of enthusiasm with this young team. That's what the young players bring. There's an anticipation of what they can do, what their the famous word is when you look at the pros, what their perspective is, their possibilities. So, like I said, it's going to be an exciting year, I think, for the boys.
And you look at the Scott County 3 freshman starters tonight. Cam Fluker, a freshman guard. Bryce Long, the sharpshooter, also a freshman. And then Michael Marino, 6'6" freshman forward. Michael Marino played a lot last season, averaging 2.2 points and a rebound the ball game. Also starting for Scott County, Cooper Robb came in. He's still getting back into basketball shape, starting safety and backup quarterback on the basketball team, or on the football team. But really, the most experienced player come back for Scott County is Cooper Watts, a 6'6" junior senator, 4 points, 5 rebounds a ball game. And Mark, we talked about Cooper as a freshman. We talked about Cooper as a sophomore. Now it's Cooper as a junior. No more excuses. Cooper Watts has to grow up and has to become the player that we think he can be. And that's no knock on him, because the hardest thing about a big guy is going into that body, and I think this year is finally going to be his season.
Well, I know Coach Hicks is excited, and talking to him in a couple last week's scrimmage and a couple weeks of practice, he's been real excited about the aggressiveness that Cooper's shown. So I think, Mike, that you're right. He is finally understanding and grown into the body a little bit, but I think mentally he understands that it's okay to be physical, and you got to be physical. And I think football has helped him in that respect. Football has made him physical. So let's see if he can put it all together. I think he will. I think he'll have a great year.
And you talk about one thing about Scott County. When Scott County is good, they've got a point guard that can handle the pressure. That's Cooper Robb. Cooper Robb's not starting tonight. Cam Fluker's getting the point guard spot as a freshman. But Cam Fluker and Bryce Long both, one of the things they bring to the table as freshmen, they can shoot the lights out. So it'll be interesting to see what they do on the varsity stage.
Well, it will, and this is big lights. This is a bigger stage than what they've been accustomed to. But They've played a lot of basketball in the AAU circuit, so like I said, it's going to be an opportunity that I think they'll relish. You know, if you play this game, this is the stage you want to play on. You want to be on the varsity floor when your high school starts the season, and you want to have that varsity jersey and you want to hear your name called. So I think those boys will step up. Now, they're going to have their ups and downs as freshmen do, you know, and at some point in the year they're going to hit a wall, and it's how quick they recover from hitting that wall. But like I said, you can't put the expectation level up so high. You've got to understand that there's going to be ups and downs, but boy, when it's up, they're going to be awful good.
And that's one thing, you know, you bring there a lot of ups and downs. That means Coach Hicks and Coach Wilhite and Coach Glenn and all the coaching staff, they're going to be a little more patient than they used to be, and they don't have the experience coming out there. But like you say, I think the highs are going to be really high. But unfortunately, with freshmen, you're going to have probably some lulls. And Coach Hicks and Coach Wilhite is going to be dependent upon how they handle it this season. And I think they'll do a great job. It's not Coach Hicks' first rodeo, but it's going to be a little bit different than what we're used to seeing from Scott County High School. Well, what we'll do is we'll take a timeout. We'll come back. We'll go over starting lineups for both teams here on the Scott County Sports Network. Back after this.
Whitaker bank shot. I'll give you a Whitaker bank shot.
All right. Here's a real Whitaker bank shot.
Yes, sir. Here's a winning Whitaker bank shot.
Nice shot.
Whitaker bank shot. Now, there's a Whitaker bank shot.
Come on, Coach Honey.
I still got it.
Whitaker Bank, uniquely Kentucky.
J&L Pharmacy and Home Medical Equipment, located on South Broadway in Georgetown, Kentucky, is locally owned and operated by Scott County native Philip Johnson. J&L Pharmacy can meet all your prescription and compounding needs, and they will match all local pharmacy prescription cash prices, guaranteed. They have a convenient drive-through window, offer free local delivery, and are open 6 days a week. J&L can also provide you with all your home medical needs, including home oxygen with 24-hour emergency service. Stop by the store or give them a call at 502-863-9823 for all your pharmacy needs.
Great job presenting the flag by the Georgetown Police Department. That's our national anthem. Now we'll go into the starting lineups first for both teams. First we'll start with the Greyhounds of Paris. Head coach Terrence Brooks, 18-10 record last year, and this is going to hurt Mark a little bit, but they won their 40th district. They beat Bourbon County 53-50 and lost in the first round of the 10th region tournament against Scott High School 70-49. So looking at the Paris Greyhounds, their starting lineups first. A 5'7" junior guard, number 2, Tajin Cunningham. Also at guard, number 13, a 5'5" sophomore, Marcus Ashford. At forward, number 11, Eric Johnson, a 5'10" sophomore. Also at forward, a 6-foot junior, number 30, Ryan Davis. And rounding out the starting lineup for the Greyhounds of Paris, wearing number 24, a 6'1" senior, Demond Dorsey. Paris last season averaged 63.5 points a ball game, giving up 57.9. They shot 43% from the field, 27.6% from the three-point line. From the free throw line, 60.6. So a very good athletic Paris team, and they've been starting, Mark. We talk about Scott County playing a lot of freshmen. A lot of their players have been playing as freshmen, too.
Well, they have, and like I said, it's going to be interesting to watch. I mean, they're pretty excited. You know, they made that regional tournament like for the first time since realignment that they were put in the 40th district. So they feel really good. And by my count, they got 8 or 9 players coming back off of that team. So, you know, they've got a lot of momentum coming off last year, and there's some excitement over at Paris.
All right, now the starting lineup for your Scott County Cardinals. Starting at one guard, the point guard, number 1, Cam Fluker, a 5'7" freshman. The sharpshooter, number 2, Bryce Long, is the other guard. He's a 6'1" freshman. At the forward spot, a 6'6" freshman forward, number 24, Michael Marino. The other forward, number 32, Clem Dameron. He's a 6'5" senior. And rounding out the starting lineup for Scott County, the 6'6" junior center, number 44, Cooper Watts. Scott County averaged 67.9 points a ball game last year, giving up 62.1. They shot 43% from the field, 35.1% from the three-point line, 68.7% from the free throw line. And Mark, when you look at both teams, you're looking at last year's stats, so there's not really much sense going into the comparison. But a lot of youth for Scott County. You've got a lot of youth on the Paris side that's been playing for a while, even though they're juniors. But should be an interesting ball game. What's your keys, you think?
Well, I think the key is I expect Paris to come out here and try to put some pressure on the freshman guard, either in a full court press or some type of trapping man-to-man. So I think you're going to see Coach Brooks try to get them to speed up the game for the 2 freshman guards. The big question is, when you look at Michael Marino and Cooper Watts out there on the floor, we do have a size advantage, so we should be able to control the boards. That's going to be interesting to see how Paris combats that.
All right, Scott County in the home white uniforms. Numbers and letters are red, outlined in royal blue. Paris in the very familiar black uniforms, orange, white outline, numbers and letters across the chest. Scott County, Clem Dameron with the tip. He gets it to Cam Fluker. Cam Fluker being checked by Marcus Ashford at the top of the key. They're going 1-4 flat, Mark. Good set play to Marino. Marino off the board. First bucket is good.
And, Mike, that's what he offers. For a big man of his size, what's impressed me so far in his young career is his ability to see the floor and pass from the post. But make no mistake about it, he knows how to score.
Bad pass by Johnson, picked up by Cam Fluker, and Scott County's off to the races. Foul from behind is going to be on Tajan Cunningham. That's going to be his first foul. That'll be the team's first. And again, Mark, interesting to see Scott County young. A lot of pressure, a lot of fast-paced action up to this point. So 7:30 to go. Scott County's up 2-0. Cam Fluker running the point for Scott County. Looking for the backdoor cut, not there. Go to Cooper Watts, top of the key. Bryce Long, left side. Looking for the cutter. Instead, he goes right side to Fluker. Fluker, elbowed three-pointer, good. Cam Fluker, Mark, they say he comes in with a shooter's touch. And that was a good one right there.
Well, yeah, it was a kick out, and like I said, he had his feet set. He was square. Paris going to have to recover quicker there.
Tajan Cunningham says, I can do it quickly. He gets a three-pointer from the right side quickly down to Watts. Watts misses the layup. Rebound down to Dorsey.
That's just a great play, though, by Fluker to see him and down the floor. Cooper's got to finish that. He won't give very many better looks than that, Mike.
Asher running the point, goes right side to Cunningham. Cunningham to the top of the key to Dorsey. Dorsey, 18-footer. In and out, no good. Long rebound. Taken away by Eric Johnson, and Paris will reset. Three-pointer, right side, no good. By Ashford. Eric Johnson with the putback. And Paris, three opportunities and finally scored. We're knotted at 5.
Yeah, a couple of chances right there. Scott County had the ball and couldn't clear it out. You got to protect that rebound possession a little bit better than that.
Top of the key, Fluker. Too hot a pass right there to Cooper Watts.
Too hot.
6:14 to go. Knotted at 5 here at Scott County. Opening game for both teams. The Greyhounds from Paris. Three-pointer right side. Johnson. Give him 5. Paris 2 for 2. Or 2 for 3 behind the three-point line. Scott County's Bryce Long tries to answer, and he does. So we talked about Fluker and Long both being sharpshooters, and both of them hit three-pointers to start out this ball game. There's a block by Watts, saved into Long. Watts got way out to block that three-pointer from the baseline. We're going to get steps called on Marcus Ashford.
One thing's become clear real quick, Mike, in the first minute and a half of this game. You better get back on defense because both teams can shoot the basketball, and they're going to put it up quick. They're not going to give you a chance to get set. So you can't lollygag a transition from defense to offense. You've got to get back down the floor.
And, Mark, it looks like Terrence Brooks is not in the house tonight.
Yeah, he is. He's down there. He was hiding. He's standing up.
Okay.
I don't know where he was during warm-ups. Cooper Watts on the putback. Good big man.
Cooper Watts, his first 2. Scott County up 10-8.
That's a good move. He turned around, squared up, Mike. Didn't see him do a lot of that last year. realizing that he's big enough to shoot over top of people.
Ryan Davis to Dorsey at the top. They go left side to Ashford. Ashford looking for the cutter. Cunningham. He gets long off his feet and shoots the floater. Give him 5.
You're not going to be happy right there with that.
Got a warning, Mark. Leave the basketball alone when it goes through the hoops. And Cooper Robb into the ball game for Bryce Long.
You're going to see a lot of that. You're going to see a lot of in and out, I think, Mike, as Coach uses this, as he was telling Bryce Long, you got to chop your steps down when you run out. That way you don't go for the fake and he gets around you. You can't go all out there full speed. And I think you're going to see that a lot this year. Instructional, like you talked about, the young team, where Coach Hicks will make a difference this year. James
Clark, a 5'8 senior, into the ball game for the Greyhounds of Paris High School. Cooper Robb come out of nowhere last year, Mark, to win that starting point guard spot. A 6'1 sophomore, averaging 4.5 points. Right at 3 rebounds a ball game. And he played big coming down the stretch for Scott County.
Yeah, he did. And the thing about it, Mike, is he was the second leading rebounder on the team.
Dameron, right side 3, no good. Rebound to Marino. Marino back out to Fluker. He'll go to Robb. Robb tries to fire it up from 3. Wow. It's good. Cooper Robb hits his first shot of the year. Scott County 3 3-pointers. They're up 13-10. 4:34 to go here in the first quarter. Fast-paced action. I don't think both teams will keep up the pace, but both teams right at that 100-point clip up to this point. Clark has it, top of the key to Cunningham. Cunningham fakes the pass, shoots the floater. Tough take right there. Fluker comes up with it. The little guard takes it away from Cunningham. Robb.
Nice pass.
Pass to Watts. Watts forces action and contact and picks up the foul. Damon Dorsey, his first. Team second at the line, Cooper Watts. And Mark, one Achilles heel for Cooper Watts. His free throws last season. Cooper, 13 of 36. I know he had a free throw coach last year, hopefully.
Yeah, I think Grandma's worked with him.
You jinxed him. I told you not to bring it up. 2 subs in for the Paris Greyhounds. Number 23, Jacoby Wells, a 6'2 freshman. Along with number 25, Jordan Davis, a 6'1 junior.
And Caleb Covington in, Mike, for Scott County.
Caleb Covington, a 6'1 junior forward, averaging a point and a half rebound a ball game in for Scott County, giving Clem Dameron a break. So Cooper Watts, one more free throw to go. Missed both of them. Rebound to Ryan Davis. He comes out the left side. Picks up the dribble. Where's the pressure from Scott County? He got away with it. Cunningham, on the take, Eric Johnson. Long rebound picked up by Jordan Davis. Davis out top to Wells. Over to Clark. They'll reset the offense. 3-pointer blocked by Ryan Davis. His shot's blocked. And that's Cooper Watts. He blocked the 3-pointer on the left side. Now he's blocked the 3-pointer on the right side.
Yeah, he's long, Mike. That's the thing you like about Cooper, because he can move. He can get up and down the floor. He can also go east-west. So he actually is better off of the ball because he can't come and block. They're going to call a foul.
And he pretty much went over top of him. That's a no-brainer right there. So first foul of the season on Cooper Watts. That'll be his first, team first.
And, Mike, if you remember last year, the games where Cooper started out strong, he ended up getting in foul trouble. He ended up getting the tag of foul magnet. Every year we seem to have one guy who claims fame to that title. Let's hope this year he's passed that mantle to somebody else.
Yeah, 3:34 to go here in the first quarter. It's Scott County High School. Mike Ritchie, Mark Walls, Kevin Ritchie, Toby Murray. We're the Scott County Sports Network. Glad we bring you Scott County boys and girls basketball all season long here on the internet. Check us out if you can't make it to the game, but as we always say, it's a lot better in person. Eric Johnson with the ball left side being checked by Covington. Here comes the jump trap by Scott County. He gets away with it over to Wells. Wells drives hard over top of Marino, forces contact, and Michael Marino is going to pick up his first foul, team second. So Coach Hicks in his 23rd season for Scott County, the all-time high school boys basketball victory leader is Coach Billy Hicks. 881 victories, 258 defeats according to the KHSAA. According by our official records, he's 886 and 235 as Jacoby Wells misses the first and Bryce Long in for Cooper Watts. Back in for Paris is number 13, Marcus Ashford. So Jacoby Wells at the free throw line.
One of two, Mike.
One of two is Jacoby Wells. His first points of the ball game. 13-11 is your score.
Oh, Miss Covington down low.
Covington has a mismatch. She's got the 5'8" Clark on him. And Caleb Covington looks like he's a lot stronger this season. Going to get a hand check call as Rob gets the pass inside to Covington.
Jordan Davis, it looks like.
Foul's going to be on Jordan Davis. That'll be his first. Team third. Fluker inbounding the basketball for Scott County. Out to the top to Marino.
A little confusion there because if Covington and Rob don't run into each other, one of them's got a wide open layup.
Rob turnaround 14-footer, no good. Covington with the putback, it's no good. Rebound, Eric Johnson for Paris. Clark right side, comes to the top of the key, skip pass. Over to Davis, or excuse me, Jacoby Wells. It goes back to Clark, three-pointer left side, no good. Long rebound, Cooper Robb, and Scott County's with numbers. Robb blew a tire. Walk called, Cooper Robb. Mark, you're in charge of the live mic. Once the band plays, you have to turn that sucker off. But it's good to hear the sneakers on the gym floor. Nothing like that sound, especially if you're a basketball nut. Wells picks up the dribble. Here comes the pressure. He gets it to Johnson. Johnson double team. Fluker's been in about three of them. Skirmishes. He's going to get the foul right there. That foul's going to be on number. Cam Fluker will pick up his first. That'll be the team third.
All of a sudden, Mike, that hot scoring pace has kind of trickled off a little bit.
Yep, kind of jinxed them. Since we mentioned it, there's been 1 point scored in the last minute. Johnson around
nice
long,
pass.
Gives it up to Johnson. And Mike Johnson give him 7.
When you don't contain the dribbler and you let him get that kind of penetration, that's what usually happens. Everybody collapses to the ball. He's smart enough to get rid of it. Easy layup for Johnson.
Johnson only a sophomore, Mark. Good-looking players. He leads all scorers with 7.
Nice pass.
Elbow three, no good. Cooper Robb and Johnson battling for it. Marino knocks it away. Cooper Robb, the recipient, give him 5. Scott County up 2, 15-13. Johnson tries to answer with the 14-footer. It's blocked. Air ball. Rebound tried to be saved in, and Michael Marino finally gets it. Knocked out of bounds by Jacoby Wells. Mark, Paris will come out and get you, won't they?
Yeah, they will. They'll get after you. And that's, if you don't know Terrence Brooks, that's his mentality. I mean, he played for Paris. He's an alumni. Went to junior college and finished up his career at Murray State. He was on that Murray State team that got the win over Kansas, I believe, in his junior year in the first round of the NCAA tournament. So, I mean, Terrence knows how to play, and he gets after you. So they're taking on his personality. That doesn't surprise me.
So Ryan Davis back in for Paris. Cooper Watts back in for Scott County along with Clem Dameron. So Cooper Robb running the point. Goes to Watts over to Covington.
Nice pass.
Pass to Fluker.
Nice pass.
And Mark, when you look at that in the books, you're like, why are you setting a low screen for a 5'7" guard? It doesn't matter how tall you are when you're that wide open, does it?
That's exactly right. But and the key to that was the pass from Covington at the top of the key. Patient enough to let the offense work. And that was a great pass right there. Cooper Robb got bailed out, lost his man.
Yep, Jordan Davis misses a chip shot. Scott County up 4, 17-13. Fluker, the lefty, lets it go. Clem Dameron with the strong rebound and the putback. It's no good. Fluker gets it. Thought about firing it up. Instead he goes to Watts. Watts spins back to the basket.
Nice
move. No good on the shot.
Nice move. You got to finish that.
And the rebound down to Ryan Davis. 27 seconds to go. Johnson back to Davis. The three-pointer from the lefty is no good. Cooper Watts. Easy rebound for Scott County as we go under 20 seconds. Dameron.
Right idea.
Tried to get it to Covington, but Ryan Davis was there. He goes to Wells. Left side three, no good. Cooper Robb battling with the rebound. He's going to step on the end line. Paris basketball with 9.5 seconds to go. 17-13 is your score. 10th region versus the 11th region here tonight.
You almost called it a 10th region game, didn't you?
Wells with the NBA walk, got away with it. Cooper Watts with the rebound. He's off to the races. He's going to stop at the buzzer for a two-pointer. It's no good. So 1 quarter in the books. Scott County wins it 17-13. What we'll do is we'll take a timeout. We'll come back for the second quarter here on the Scott County Sports Network. Back after this.
Hi, I'm David Goldman with Georgetown Family Chiropractic. Are backaches and headaches a problem for you? They shouldn't be. Drugs and surgery may mask the pain, but seldom treat the underlying cause. Spinal decompression works to ease pressure between discs without injections and without surgery. Don't learn to live with the pain, and don't let it limit your lifestyle. Call us today for a free evaluation. 866-807-8611.
Hi, Dick Stockton here. I've been announcing sports for over 40 years, and I know a winning team when I see one. Greens Toyota of Lexington has what it takes to win, which is why Greens is Kentucky's #1 Toyota dealer 2 years running. Family owned for over 40 years, Greens strives to give excellent customer service and best value for the dollar. No matter what department, parts, service, or sales, Greens continues to move forward doing business the right way every day. Be a part of Greens' winning team. Greens Toyota. Great people, great cars. Think green.
Welcome back to the Scott County Sports Network. 1 quarter in the books. And Mark, you've had a few minutes to look at the stats from the first quarter. What jumps out at you?
Well, Mike, Paris shooting 50% from the field. Scott County shooting 50% from the field. Both teams, like we said, shooting pretty good from a total perspective. Rebounds, 13 to 11. Scott County's only got a 2-rebound advantage. I would have thought they would have had a bigger advantage than that. And actually, Mike, that's a correction. That's free throw percentage at 50. Paris is shooting 29%. Scott County's shooting 39%. But the rebounds, I would have thought, would have been a little bit bigger favor. Got to give Paris credit. They're handling the boards pretty well.
All righty.
Got to get used to looking at that again.
I know. I'll give you a little more time next time. 17-13 is your score. Scott County wins the first quarter. Action-packed. Eric Johnson leading all scorers from Paris with 7. Tajan Cunningham has 5. Jacoby Wells with 1. On the Scott County side of things, Cam Fluker and Cooper Robb, 5 points each. 3 for Bryce Long, 2 for Michael Marino, and 2 for Cooper Watts. Paris with the basketball to start the second quarter. Wells left side to Johnson. Johnson three-pointer, no good. Or excuse me, Marcus Ashford. There's a turnover, and the layup is good. Jordan Davis, his first 2 points of the night. 17-15.
Too much dribbling right now.
Fluker loses the ball out of bounds. A little bit of help there from Marcus Ashford.
Yeah, Mike, that's one thing that the young team will tend to do sometimes is dribble too much. They got to move the ball and make the pass and the cut. They'll get themselves some easy shots. Another back door, great pass.
Good pass, good finish. Jordan Davis back-to-back buckets, and we're tied at 17 with 7:07 to go.
Second time Cooper Robb's gotten beat on that back door. Got to be aware of that. And that's the end that you're going to see the most inexperience for Scott County. It's not going to be on the offensive end. It's going to be on the defensive end with all the youth. Michael Marino,
good looking move there. Give him 4.
That's a big-time power move from the block.
With the miss, is Paris. Rebound to Clark. Skip pass to Ashford. Back to number 30, Ryan Davis. And they'll reset. James Clark forces contact. And the foul's going to be on Scott County. Cam Fluker. That's his second, team 4th. Into the game is Caleb Covington for Cooper Robb. .6:23 to go, 19-7. Scott County up 2. Three-pointer is good. Eric Johnson, and the sophomore comes out and says, "I'll show you youth." Caleb Covington with a tough take, loses on the way up, going to get bailed out, I think.
Yeah, that was. I'm not sure as much contact as what it looked like.
Yep. First foul on Eric Johnson.
For Scott County gets the break there, and Caleb gets to go to the free throw line to see if he can cash in.
Caleb Covington, 70% free throw shooter last year, makes the first. In the ball game is Tajan Cunningham. Covington,
2 for 2.
2 for 2. 21-20. Scott County up 1. Scott County outscored 6-3 here in the second quarter. Jacoby Wells with a 17-footer, no good.
Good rebound.
Covington, baseball pass, picked off.
Going to get lucky. Going to get lucky.
Wells had it picked off, but he loses it out of bounds.
And that's a tough pass, Mike. I can remember when coaching and kids playing, you tried to tell them it's not as open as it looks. You got to be careful. And 9 times out of 10, they're going to throw it.
Good set play. Michael Moreno makes them pay.
He needs to get a little bit more touches on the block, Mike. He's 3 for 3 from the field. That's not enough touches.
The thing on that baseball path, Mark, what I've seen is you got to throw it early as soon as you get it. If you get the defense to set up any at all, usually they'll pick it off. 5:25 to go.
But it's so easy to
20.
sandbag on, too. That's the tough part. They can make it look open, and it's just tough to judge.
Ashford inside. Loses control.
I thought that was a great no call right there.
Caleb Covington's going to win it, and he's going to get an offensive foul. Caleb Covington. That'll be his first, team 5. Got a little bit of discussion going on with the officials here.
I think that was a lot worse than it actually looked, to be honest with you. And the only thing that Caleb could have done different was they're going to call it intentional. And that's because it was one arm. It was the elbow flying. In that situation, if he gets both hands on the basketball and clears and chins it, then I don't think it's construed as an elbow. Where he had the one hand off of it and he came across, it looked like he was throwing the elbow. That's why they're going to get the intentional call. Of course, I don't understand why they walked to Scott County's end. I think the officials are even a little bit confused on this.
So Don Werner making the explanation to Mark Whittemore. So that'll be an intentional foul against Caleb Covington. There'll be free throws for Paris and the basketball, right, Mark?
Yep. Marcus Ashford, this is interesting. I think Coach Brooks is trying to get him off the schneid. He hadn't scored tonight, so he's going to let him shoot the 2 free throws. I don't think he might have been. Was he the guy that got? Might be that he gets to shoot him because he was the guy that caught the elbow.
There you go.
Either way, he gets off the schneid to get that free throw. And he's 2 for 2.
2 for 2. Give him 2 points. 23-22. 5:06 to go. Paris making the short trip down 460. And taking it to Scott County right now. Not backing down a bit.
No, they're not. Coach Brooks goes about 7 deep from what I can tell, Mike. He's played 7 guys.
Davis off of the rear end of a Scott County player back to him, and he lays it in. That's great if it works, but deflection. Marino runs it down the backcourt over to Bryce Long. Long baseline jumper is going to get bailed out again. That's twice Scott County's been very fortunate. This time Eric Johnson's going to pick up his second foul, team 5.
That's a big foul right there.
Bryce Long, the freshman guard. Lone 3-pointer at the free throw line, shooting 2. Misses the first. Into the ball game, Cooper Robb for Scott County, Damon Dorsey for Paris. Busy week here on the Scott County Sports Network. We'll be back tomorrow night as the Scott County Lady Cardinals travel to Grant County. Then we'll be back here Friday night as the boys take on Pendleton County, and then we'll be over at Paris as Scott County will take on Montgomery County Saturday in the Kentucky Bank Classic. Three-pointer no good. Rebound by Ryan Davis. And he'll reset the offense. Cunningham left side. Marcus Ashford with the three-pointer no good. Bryce Long rebound. Deflected out of bounds.
What Bryce will learn right there, as soon as he puts that first dribble, he needs to take that dribble north and go on down the floor. He kind of tried to go east-west, and fortunately it got kicked, but needs to go ahead and clear himself out, take that big step first down the floor, and that'll clear out some space for him.
4:13 to go. Paris with the lead, 24-23. Cooper Watts right side to long. There's Dakota Marino. Marino all day long. Michael Marino. Foul's going to be on number 24, Damon Dorsey. That's his second. Team sixth. Hey, Mark, when you look at it, Michael Marino, he might be a freshman, but he's 6'6". The tallest player for Paris right now is 6'1". And you said it earlier, time for him to eat a little bit.
Well, it's exactly right. And now this is going to be where you have to have some patience with the young team, because you ought to go right back to him until Paris figures out how to stop him. It's tough for a young team to understand to do that.
So Eric Johnson on the dribble. They're going to call palming the basketball. Easy call right there. Jacoby Wells back in for Paris.
But, Mike, what I mean by that is sometimes the freshmen are a little impatient, don't understand that if they force Paris to double down and go to a different defense to stop Michael Marino and Cooper Watts down low, then guess what opens up on the outside? A lot easier to shoot that jump shot from three-point range with nobody on you.
So under 4 to go. Scott County 26, Paris 24.
Here it comes again. Give it to him.
They run it for him, and he finishes again off the board. Give him 11. Michael Marino, 9 points for Scott County here in the quarter. Wells blocked pretty easily by Cooper Watts. Paris will get the basketball back.
Oh, he got away with the double dribble right there.
Yep, Jacoby Wells on the bounce, got away with a walk right there. Tajin Cunningham gets long up. Instead he'll swing it back to Davis. Davis left side, 2. Marcus Ashford hits the 3. Missed the last one. He's got 5, all of them in this quarter. And Paris within 1.
Let's see, they ran it 2 times in a row. Let's see if we can get it run a third time. Here it comes.
Steps called. Michael Marino a little bit impatient. Like you say, a lot of times, Mark, you talk about the impatience. A lot of times it's the young guy getting the ball. He's got to learn to be patient. Throw it back out and start over again.
That's exactly the key right there is throw it back out, reset, and they'll throw it right back to you, and then you're ready to make your move. But if I'd have scored 4 times in a row, I'd been anxious to put that 5th one up too.
If I'd have scored 4 times in a row, they'd hung my jersey in the gym. That's how bad I was. So Jacoby Wells, they like that spot. Misses the 3 this time. Cooper Watts, great rebound. He throws it right into Ashford over to number 11, Eric Johnson. Give him 12. And Cooper's got to take that ball out of bounds with him.
That's exactly right. He's got to eat it. In that situation, he's got to eat it. You like the aggressiveness, but in that situation, you just step out of bounds.
Michael Marino, tough take.
Wow.
It goes. Give him 13.
Paris doesn't have an answer for him right now. We got to just see if we're smart enough to keep getting him the ball.
Ryan Davis, step back 3, no good. Paris been a little bit impatient here last couple times.
Now that's what you like about Michael Marino.
Caleb Covington, 4
points. You sit there, Mike, and think, okay, he's just a scorer and a rebounder. The young man knows how to pass the rock.
He's got all the skills. Cooper Watts with the turnover to Robb. Cooper Robb with the finish. Cooper Watts. And Coach Coach Brooks has to call a timeout. 1:47 to go. 34 Scott County, 29 for Paris. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back on the Scott County Sports Network.
Hi, Dick Stockton here. I've been announcing sports for over 40 years, and I know a winning team when I see one. Greens Toyota of Lexington has what it takes to win, which is why Greens is Kentucky's #1 Toyota dealer 2 years running. Family owned for over 40 years, Greens strives to give excellent customer service and best value for the dollar. No matter what department, parts, service, or sales, Greens continues to move forward doing business the right way every day. Be a part of Greens' winning team. Greens Toyota. Great people, great cars. Think green.
Welcome back to the Scott County Sports Network, Mark. What was the purpose of that timeout for Paris?
Well, they're getting some easy shots and turnovers. That right there was a turnover at midcourt where you basically dribble into the double team, and Coach Brooks is like, what are we running here? Why do you dribble up to dead man's corner, pick up the basketball, lose it, and give up a layup? What are we doing here, guys? When we run our offense, they're scoring. They're getting good shots. So that was kind of to settle his team down to get them refocused about running the offense.
34-29, Scott County's out to the biggest lead of 5. And, Mark, we talked about him feeding Michael Marino. They've done a great job of that, and even better, he's done a great job of finishing. Another miss for Paris. Here comes Cooper Robb with the basketball.
Nice
inside
pass.
Of Dameron over top of Ashford, misses the gimme. And with the rebound, Jacoby Wells. Cameron's got to finish that one. Or Cam Dameron.
They're going to get Michael Marino for that one.
Michael Marino picks up his second. Team 6, and Mark, like we say, Clem Dameron underneath there, he has to finish that one. He was almost too wide open.
Point blank.
So 6 fouls for both teams will be in the bonus for the last minute and 17 seconds. Jacoby Wells at the free throw line shooting 2.
Dakota Allen in the game for Scott County for the first time, Mike.
Wells, his second point of the ball game. Cooper Watts back in for Michael Marino.
That's just to keep him picking up number 3.
So 34-30. Opening night for both high school basketball teams. The girls victorious last night against Harrison County. Wells give him 3 points. We were going to do that ball game, but something come up, couldn't make it, so we apologize for that. Cooper Robb quick with the shot. Cooper Watts with the finish. The follow, no good. Long rebound out to Jordan Davis. Picked up by Cunningham, and the floater's good. Page and Cunningham give him 7.
They just keep attacking, Mike. You can't relax.
Allen back out to Robb, inside to Dameron. A little bit too long.
Missed another one. There, he finally. Good job, Clem.
Dameron getting his first 2 points of the season.
Maybe that'll get him real comfortable.
2 points and 3 rebounds. Under a minute to go. Tough take by Wells. They're going to give him an and 1.
They're going to give a blocking foul on Cooper Watts. Need to slide over.
Cooper Watts picks up his second. Team 7th. At the free throw line, Jacoby Wells, 1 of 2 the last time. Or 1 of 2 the last 3 times, Mark. No good. Robb stop and pop. 3-pointer no good. Cooper Watts with the rebound. Back to Robb. Robb down the paint. Gets contact and the bucket. Give him 9. And that's a great job. Cooper Watts didn't get the point total, but he was the reason we got that bucket. Foul's going to be on Jacoby Wells. That'll be his first. Team 7.
Yeah, great play by to keep it open. A better pass cutting down the middle. You got to give Cooper Robb credit, too. Didn't stand there and watch. Broke to the basket.
Cooper Robb joins Michael Marino for Scott County. Both players in double digits. Clark going to be called for steps as he bobbles the basketball, and a great pass from Cunningham.
And, Mike, Scott County not doing a very good job. Coach Hicks is going to work on that at halftime. He's going to be a little upset about the containment from the dribble possession. He's going to be upset that they can't contain it. Because Paris has got an awful lot of good looks.
Marino and Fluker back into the ball game. 19.2 seconds to go.
If we'll start the clock.
Should be about 15.1. So they stop the play to start the clock. I've never seen that before.
I think Bill got a little excited just watching the last 19 seconds.
So 16 seconds to go, 39-35. Scott County, Michael Marino inbounding the basketball to Cooper Robb.
They put the offensive players back in. Mike, Coach Hicks wants to take his shot where there's no time. He either scores or gets a rebound and put it up, but the play doesn't go back down the floor the other way.
Bryce Long.
Not exactly how he wanted it. I don't think he wanted that 3 that quick from Cam Fluker. Not a bad shot, just in those circumstances. Probably want to get something a little better.
So 39-35, Scott County wins. The battle of the first half. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back. Mark will go over the first half stats, and we'll talk about the keys to the second half. You're watching Scott County basketball on the Scott County Sports Network. We'll take a break. Back after this.
Time for oral surgery. You need a surgeon you can trust and feel at home with. Consider Dr. Robert Henderson at Georgetown Oral and Facial Surgery. Specializing in wisdom teeth extraction, surgery to prepare for dentures, biopsies, corrective jaw surgery, TMJ disorders, and dental implants. All outpatient procedures are performed right here in our office. We participate with most insurance, we offer care credit, and take care of all the paperwork. Georgetown Oral and Facial Surgery will give you a lot to smile about.
Scott County Physical Therapy is a privately owned physical therapy practice specializing in outpatient orthopedics, sports and industrial rehab, neurological rehabilitation, low back pain, neck pain, and arthritic conditions. Our mission is to provide the highest quality physical therapy to assist each individual and the community at large. Scott County Physical Therapy, a journey to wellness. To contact the physical therapist and Scott County Physical Therapy, please dial 502-863-4242. Scott County Physical Therapy is the title sponsor for Scott County Athletics.
The Shanghai Express Chinese Restaurant is a locally owned restaurant located in the Indian Acres Shopping Center in Georgetown, Kentucky. Tony would like to invite everyone to come on by and dine in the spacious dining room that can host groups both small and large. Shanghai Express has been voted the best Chinese restaurant in Georgetown, Kentucky multiple years in a row by the Georgetown News Graphic. Stop by the restaurant or give Tony a call at 502-868-6858 to enjoy the best Chinese food in Central Kentucky.
Sports Connection is your team and retail sporting goods and custom athletic apparel supplier. Sports Connection is located next to Kroger in the Washington Square Shopping Center in Georgetown. Sports Connection can outfit your team from hats to shoes and everything in between. Drop by or call Daryl, Scott, or Jessica at 502-570-0280. Sports Connection, a proud sponsor and athletic and sporting goods supplier to Scott County and Georgetown College athletics.
Welcome back to the Scott County Sports Network. You see the Scott County Little Cardinal cheerleading clinic results. About 150 future and current Scott County Cardinal cheerleaders on the floor. And Mark, we got the first half stats. Scott County wins the scoring column 39-35. Let's go with the individual stats for everybody.
Well, Mike, the thing that sticks out is 25 total rebounds for Scott County to 17. At the end of the first quarter, that was 13-11. So they started exercising their muscle on the boards, which was good. When you look at both teams, Scott County shot almost 49% from the field, 38% from threes. Both those are really good figures. They were only 4 of 8 from the free throw line. That's not very good. Paris, conversely, 37% from the field, 40% from threes on 4 of 10, and 71% from the free throw line. And, Mike, Paris missed a lot of easy opportunities right there. So, like I said, the biggest thing that I've seen so far in the first half is Scott County's got to do a better job of on-the-ball defense and contain the dribble penetration of Paris.
All righty, what we'll do is we'll take a timeout. We'll come back. We'll go over the individual stats and rebound totals. You're watching Scott County basketball. The Cardinals up at the half, 39-35 against the Greyhounds of Paris High School. We'll be back.
Well, there's a big name in cars that we all know.
Over 40 years, and Frank Shoup in Georgetown is still a big name in cars.
He's big on service and he's big on deals. He sells all the biggest names on wheels. Frank Shoup's a new tradition. Bring on the competition. Frank Shoup is gonna set the pace.
Georgetown means great cars, great local sports, great people, and Galvin's, a great place where friends meet for great Galvin's food. Galvin's voted the best local restaurant in Georgetown. Enjoy a great specialty sandwich from Philly cheesesteaks to Strombolis. Bring the whole family. Watch the big games on the big screens. You'll watch the game. We'll make the munchies like our signature pizzas and home-cut potato chips. Galvin's on Main Street next to the courthouse. Join us on Facebook for all the latest Galvin's action.
Welcome back to the Scott County Sports Network. Scott County up at the half, 39-35. Looking at your individual point totals. First for the Paris Greyhounds, Cajun Cunningham had 7 points. Marcus Ashford with 5. Eric Johnson had 12. Ryan Davis with 2. Jacoby Wells off the bench with 5. Jordan Davis with 4 for a total of 35. For Scott County, Michael Marino led Scott County in scoring with 11 points. Clem Dameron had 2. Cooper Watts with 4. Cam Fluker had 5. Bryce Long with 3. Cooper Robb off the bench with 10. Caleb Covington round out the scoring with 4 points for a total of 39 for Scott County. Looking at the rebounds, Cajun Cunningham had 1. James Clark with 1 rebound. Marcus Ashford had 3. Eric Johnson with 1. Ryan Davis with 4. Jacoby Wells had 1. Jordan Davis with 2. And Damon Dorsey with 1 rebound as well. On the Scott County side of the ledger, Michael Marino had 2 rebounds. Clem Dameron with 5. Cooper Watts, 7 big rebounds to lead all rebounders. Cam Fluker with 2. Bryce Long had 2. Cooper Robb had 3. And Caleb Covington off the bench with 3 rebounds. Paris had 4 assists, 5 turnovers, no blocks, 3 steals. Scott County had 8 assists, 8 turnovers, 4 blocks, and 3 steals. That's pretty much your team stats for the first half. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back and we'll get the keys to the second half from the expert, Mark Walls, when we return here on the Scott County Sports Network.
For oral surgery, you need a surgeon you can trust and feel at home with. Consider Dr. Robert Henderson at Georgetown Oral and Facial Surgery. Specializing in wisdom teeth extraction, surgery to prepare for dentures, biopsies, corrective jaw surgery, TMJ disorders, and dental implants. All outpatient procedures are performed right here in our office. We participate with most insurance, we offer care credit, and take care of all the paperwork. Georgetown Oral and Facial Surgery will give you a lot to smile about.
Scott County Physical Therapy is a privately owned physical therapy practice specializing in outpatient orthopedics, sports and industrial rehab, neurological rehabilitation, low back pain, neck pain, and arthritic conditions. Our mission is to provide the highest quality physical therapy to assist each individual and the community at large. Scott County Physical Therapy, a journey to wellness. To contact the physical therapist and Scott County Physical Therapy, please dial 502-863-4242. Scott County Physical Therapy is the title sponsor for Scott County Athletics.
Welcome back to the Scott County Sports Network. Mike Ritchie, Mark Walls, Kevin Ritchie, Toby Murray. We're at Scott County High School. At the half, Scott County 39, Paris 35. Hey, Mark, you've seen Scott County for the first time this season. What's some of the highlights you think you've seen from the Cardinals at the first half?
Well, I really like how Michael Marino's played. He's missed just one shot, Mike, from the field. I think they need to work the ball and get him some more touches. By doing so, he passes the ball so well. They double team, he'll kick it back out. When Scott County's been patient and run the offense, they've got good looks and they've scored. Their problem is, like any other young team, occasionally they want to dribble a little too much and then it don't look as good and everybody stands, and that's when they've had trouble. And that's when Paris kind of made the little run and got back in the game and kept it even. On the defensive side of the ball, they're just doing they're just doing a bad job tonight, and it's early. It's young in the season, and the hardest thing to do to come in and play for Coach Hicks is not on the offensive end of the floor, it's on the defensive end of the floor. And if all 5 guys aren't moving and doing their job, then they're going to give up some easy layups and dribble penetration and look kind of silly. That's what's kind of happened in the first half. Not everybody's moving together, and it's created some opportunities for Paris, and it's made us look like we don't know what we're doing. That's not to take anything away from Paris, but like I said, that'll get better as the year goes on for Scott County.
All righty, now the keys to Paris if they're going to come back and win this ball game.
Well, they got to even out the boards, Mike. They're giving, even though Scott County, when you look at some of the easy point-blank shots they've missed, they're getting way too many opportunities on the boards. Paris has got to figure out how to equal that out. I'd be interested. I don't think Coach Brooks wants to play a zone, but he may have to go to a zone to try to rebound a little bit better. The problem if you do that is sometimes you don't block out as well, but they're not really blocking out now, so he's got to try to do something here in the second half to offset the balance on the boards. I think they'll shoot the ball better than they have, Mike. They've gotten a lot of good looks. They just, 38% is not really good, and they got an awful lot of open looks.
All righty, we'll take our final timeout. Come back for the second half tip on the Scott County Sports Network.
The Scott County Public Library allows 3-week checkouts. This allows you to enjoy your favorite books, movies, and DVDs free of charge. Unlike a credit card, we don't charge interest. We save you money. We're open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Just use your library card and PIN number to put books or movies on hold or download ebooks and free music. Scott County Public Library. Every day, every age.
Welcome back to the Scott County Sports Network. You see Coach Hicks giving the final words of encouragement to his team. Scott County won the first quarter 17-13. Both teams put up 22 points in that second quarter mark. Neither team's bashful, and they'll run and gun and go after it, won't they?
It's been a fun game to watch because, like I said, you can't rest because they come down the floor quick and they put the ball up. Be interesting to kind of see, which team comes out and can kind of establish their tempo and rhythm on the offensive end as far as shooting the basketball. I look for Paris to shoot better in the second half. They got an awful lot of good looks.
So Scott County with the basketball to start the third quarter.
There's the layup.
Fluker misses the shot. Cooper Watts gets the loose ball. Short arms the putback. Cam Fluker comes out of there. Tries to get it to Marino. Deflected out of bounds.
And 2 more chances for Scott County because the Greyhounds can't block out. So Scott County's got to start cashing in on that, Mike.
So out top to Bryce Long. Back to Fluker. Cooper Robb fakes the three, comes in and shoots the 15-footer. It's no good. Rebound to Eric Johnson. We got Eric Johnson, Ryan Davis, Marcus Ashford, Tajan Cunningham, and Damon Dorsey for Paris. We're going to get a jump ball. Paris is going to get the possession. Scott County's going to go with Fluker, Long, Marino, Robb, and Watts.
And the difference is Robb is starting the second half.
There's a floater from Johnson, no good. Good, strong two-handed rebound by Cooper Watts. Out to Robb, got Long on the right side. Robb decides to shoot the air ball from the top of the key. Probably should have went to Long on that one. What do you think?
It's a good shot. You had rebounders on both sides. You just like seeing finish.
Cunningham, left side three, no good. Cooper Robb with the rebound. Over to Fluker. Fluker off to the races. Back out to Marino. Marino, 17-footer, no good. Robb with the strong rebound and putback. Cooper Robb, give him 12. Cooper Robb plays hard now.
And that's what I was going to say. That's the difference. You'll live with some bad shots every once in a while because he plays so hard on both ends of the floor. And for his size, Mike, he may be the best rebounder in the state. What a move.
And he had the presence of mind to get it over to Bryce Long. Give him 5. And again, not complaining about Cooper Robb taking that shot. It just happened to be Bryce Long was wide open here on the other side.
You're showing your age on that. That's back when you used to kick it. Now everything revolves around the three-point line. Great job by Cooper Watts to get the block and control it and get it out.
Robb with the take. No good. Rebound Dorsey. Coach Hicks wanted to foul. Long pass to Ashford.
But now, Mike, the difference is that three is what they want you to take. That's just a difference in the game.
Yep. Cam Fluker.
That's his third.
Picks up his third. Team first. So Coach Hicks, first player with 3 fouls. Cooper Watts has 2. Marino has 2. On the Paris side, Eric Johnson and Damon Dorsey both with 2. Under 6 to go, 43-35. Eric Johnson, good job defensively, goes to Davis, back to Johnson. Johnson, right side 3. Forcing a little bit, Michael Marino and Cooper Watts clearing the boards. One shot and done for Paris in the second half. Bryce Long.
You live with that. Trying to force it up, just need to execute a little better. But you'll live with that because you're pushing the ball. Coach Hicks wants to play fast.
Best thing I like about the team tonight is they're playing hard. 43-35, 5:23 to go here in the third quarter. Marcus Ashford out for a stroll is going to get bailed out. Cooper Watts going to pick up his third. Team second.
You got to be careful here because you don't want Cooper Watts picking up his fourth real quick. He's got to be smart.
Eric Johnson on the bounce. to Clark, who just entered the ball game off of Rob's foot. They didn't see it. So the steal's going to be Marino. Rob's going to get the putback.
Nice job right there.
Cooper Robb. Scott County's leads into double digits. 5:01 to go. And Coach Brooks says, I'll take a timeout. And we'll take a timeout as well. Scott County lead into double digits. 45-35 here on the Scott County Sports Network. We'll be back right after this.
The Shanghai Express Chinese Restaurant is a locally owned restaurant located in the Indian Acres Shopping Center in Georgetown, Kentucky. Tony would like to invite everyone to come on by and dine in the spacious dining room that can host groups both small and large. Shanghai Express has been voted the best Chinese restaurant in Georgetown, Kentucky multiple years in a row by the Georgetown News Graphic. Stop by the restaurant or give Tony a call at 502-868-6858 to enjoy the best Chinese food in Central Kentucky.
Sports Connection is your team and retail sporting goods and custom athletic apparel supplier. Sports Connection is located next to Kroger in the Washington Square Shopping Center in Georgetown. Sports Connection can outfit your team from hats to shoes and everything in between. Drop by or call Daryl, Scott, or Jessica at 502-570-0280. Sports Connection, a proud sponsor and athletic and sporting goods supplier to Scott County and Georgetown College athletics.
Welcome back to the Scott County Sports Network. Scott County Mark Biggersley the ball game. What's been the key to them getting that lead here in the second half?
Easy turnovers. I mean, that's why Coach Brooks called that timeout. He's upset. He's not even made Scott County run any offense. The last 6 points have been off turnovers at the mid-court top of the key level, and Scott County's gotten 3 wide-open layups at the other end. So, you take that off the boards, and it's still a 4-point ball game like it was at halftime.
Yeah, all of Scott County's points off of turnovers. They outscored Paris 6-0 here in the third quarter.
And you got another turnover.
Yeah, Clark's pass intended for Eric Johnson.
And give Coach Hicks credit there, Mike. He came out and started trapping a little bit and got Clark speeded up a little bit. So that's a good little change of pace coming out of that timeout on Coach Hicks' part.
So Jordan Davis into the ball game along with Jacoby Wells. And Mark, one thing I noticed here is Kobe Garrard, averaging 19 points and 8 rebounds, is not playing tonight. Don't know if he's sick or what's going on, but that's a pretty big punch out of your lineup. Marino with the floater.
That just seems unfair, Mike.
So 15 points for Michael Marino. Jordan Davis on the bounce. Around 3 defenders, up and in.
Nice move.
Jordan Davis, give him 6.
And once again, no containment, Mike.
47-37. 4 minutes, 11 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Cooper Robb, 18-footer, no good. Cunningham with the rebound. Back out to Jordan Davis. Jordan Davis stops. Throws it over to Clark. Clark in with the big man.
He's going to get bailed out.
He's going to get bailed out, and Michael Marino is probably going to pick up that foul.
Yep. 3 on him.
Yep.
It was either his third or Cooper Watts' fourth. Take your pick.
Yep. Michael Marino picks up his third. Team third at the free throw line is James Clark. James Clark, 64% free throw shooter last season. The lefty makes the first one for his first points of the ball game. Eric Johnson back into the ball game for Tajin Cunningham. Second was good as well. 2 points for Mr. Clark. 47-39. Look at the offensive foul on Cooper Robb. You can get away with that maybe when you're playing safety with the helmet on, but I really don't know who committed that foul. Do you?
I did.
Officially, yeah. I know, we know, but
the only thing about it is you had one of your better experienced 11th region officials make the call, and Don Warner's a pretty good official, so you almost have to say he saw something we couldn't from our angle.
Davis's pass picked off by Michael Marino.
I'd like to see Scott County run a set here just to get some movement offensively.
Bryce Long, three-pointer, no good. Cooper Robb battling with Johnson, gets the rebound. No
nice
pass to Watts. Watts and one opportunity. Cooper Watts give him 4. And Jacoby Wells going to pick up his second foul. Team first of the half. Marcus Ashford into the ball game for Ryan Davis. And Mark, I think Cooper Robb just won that one a little bit more than the Paris guy, didn't he? Cooper Watts 0 for 3 on the night from the free throw line.
There's another turnover.
That's just a bad pass there. Long picks up the dribble, double teamed. He goes right side to Robb. Robb on the drive, forces contact, and Jacoby Wells is going to pick up his third, Mark. Team second. Cooper Robb,
freshman,
15 points. Cooper Robb, only 63% free throw shooter last season. Much better shooter than that.
Yeah, I think you'll see that percentage go up this year.
16 points, the lead all scorers. Michael Marino has 15 for Scott County. James,
little 2-2-1 full court press, Mike.
Eric Johnson leading all pair scorers with 12.
Nice pass.
Good pass to Wells. Shot no good. One-handed rebound by Michael Marino. Out to Fluker. Fluker, the hip check call is going to be on Ryan Davis. That'll be his second, team third. Jordan Davis picks up his second foul. 2:30 and running is the clock. 51-39 is your score.
Oh, nice pass.
Robb trying to get contact. Finishes the shot.
Thought he was almost going to get the travel call trying to draw long contact.
Yep, 18 points. And there's another steal. Cooper Robb has Watts on the left. He's going to take it in, give him 20. And Mark, his points, all of them hustle points.
It's 2-2-1, slowing Paris down a little bit.
Wells got away with a walk. Misses the layup. Rebound, Cooper Watts for Scott County. Over to Robb. And Paris has gone into full court. Marino tries to save it in. Instead he gets to Clark. Cooper Robb picks the pass off. And Scott County with numbers. Marino, shot no good. Cooper Robb with the rebound. Back to Watts. Watts with the 8-footer. No good. Bryce Long with the tip. No good. Michael Marino. Everybody touching the basketball. And Scott County's going to keep it right here.
And that's what Coach Brooks can't be happy. Way too many chances for Scott County. And if you're Scott County, you got to sit here and say, finish it, boys. It's good to get the opportunities, but you got to figure out how to put the ball in the basket.
Clem Dameron into the ball game, along with Caleb Covington. Bryce Long and Cooper Watts getting a breather. Scott County went with starters a long time there, Mark, in that third quarter.
Paris in a 2-3 zone, Mike.
There's the weak spot.
Yep, in the middle.
Michael Marino give him 17. Ashford, shot blocked by Dameron, saved in by Fluker. Off of Ashford. That's not fair. You get your shot blocked.
You're on the ground and they throw the ball at you.
Ryan Davis back into the ball game for Jordan Davis for Paris. Under a minute to go here in the third quarter. Scott County up by 4 at halftime. Now they're up by 18, Mark, just like that. As Paris has only scored 2 points in the entire third quarter. Cam Fluker, three-pointer, good. 8 points for Mr. Fluker. We'll get a blocking call on Caleb Covington. Be his second, team fifth. 21-point advantage to Scott County. Has outscored Paris 25-4 here in the third quarter. Mark, I'm not ready to hand out the magnets yet, but Caleb Covington picks up his third, team sixth.
He's vying for it. He is vying for it right now.
Paris having trouble getting the basketball inbounds. They get it to Ashford. He's double teamed in the corner. A long pass. Eric Johnson runs it down for Paris. Cunningham, 18-footer's good. Give him 9. He had 7 in the first half. First points in the second half. Give him 9. There's Marino. Out to Fluker. Fluker, left side 3. Good. Has a different rotation on that shot. But it goes in, so third quarter in the books. Scott County 63. Paris 41. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back for the fourth quarter on the Scott County Sports Network.
Well, there's a big name in cars that we all know.
Over 40 years, and Frank Shoup in Georgetown is still a big name in cars.
He's big on service and he's big on deals. He sells all the biggest names on wheels. Frank Shoup's a new tradition. Bring on the competition. Frank Shoup is gonna set the pace.
Georgetown means great cars, great local sports, great people, and Galvin's, a great place where friends meet for great Galvin's food. Galvin's voted the best local restaurant in Georgetown. Enjoy a great specialty sandwich from Philly cheesesteaks to Strombolis. Bring the whole family. Watch the big games on the big screens. You'll watch the game. We'll make the munchies like our signature pizzas and home-cut potato chips. Galvin's on Main Street next to the courthouse. Join us on Facebook for all the latest Galvin's actions.
Welcome back to the Scott County Sports Network. Mike Ritchie, Mark Walls, Toby Murray, Kevin Ritchie. Glad to be bringing you high school basketball. We're going to try to bring about 20 games for the boys, 20 games for the girls this season, so it should be a busy one, but nothing more that we'd rather be doing than calling high school basketball, Scott County version. Mark, third quarter stats been handed to you. Anything jump out at you?
40 to 22 rebounding average, and that just shows the amount of extra attempts that Scott County's getting. Is 17 of those are offensive rebounds. 11 turnovers for Scott County, 12 for Paris, although it feels like a lot more than that watching the game. Scott County shooting almost 50% from the field, Paris only shooting 33, and that's the big difference when you look at the turnovers and the low shooting percentage for Paris. That's why they're behind right now, but give Scott County credit. They've been able to capitalize on those turnovers and those extra rebound shots.
And Scott County had 25 rebounds in that quarter, Mark, alone. So Fluker running the bound, and they're going to get Fluker with the foul. Loses the basketball, hustle play, but Cam Fluker's going to pick up his fourth.
And that's going to put Paris in the bonus, Mike, if my numbers are right. That's one thing you really don't want to do if you're Scott County with this lead, is put them on the free throw line.
So Tajan Cunningham, 9 points for the junior guard from Paris. First free throw's good. Give him 10. (63-42). 2 for 2, 11 points. And Coach Hicks says, I've seen enough. I'm going to call a 30-second timeout. We'll take a timeout as well. Scott County up 63-43 on the Scott County Sports Network. Back after this.
The Hockensmith Agency is proud to call Scott County home. We're your Main Street insurance that blends tradition and innovation to offer the best quality service to our clients. By offering a wide range of coverage from the impressive list of major insurance companies, we truly meet your insurance coverage needs. Come visit us at 224 East Main in Georgetown or online at HockensmithAgency.com. The Hockensmith Agency, providing coverage for the Motorist Insurance Group for all your insurance needs.
People's Exchange Bank doesn't think you can get where you want to go by cutting corners, playing games, or sacrificing relationships.
Welcome back to the Scott County Sports Network. 63-43 is your score. Scott County, Bryce Long, left side 3 is good. Bryce Long, second three-pointer of the night. give him 8. Cunningham shot's no good. Johnson with the rebound. Back to Cunningham. Back to Johnson. 2-man game. Johnson goes into the paint. Left side to Wells. Wells drives baseline. Layup good.
He took that right at Marino and Watts. Cam's got to get that ball out of there. Nice job. He got trapped the last time. Nice job.
Gives up the 3. Goes to Watts. Give him 6.
The thing about it, too, Micah, that you've seen is they've been unselfish tonight. Scott County's been really unselfish.
Great pass there from Marcus Ashford to Eric Johnson. Eric Johnson had 12 mark in the first half. First points of the second half. Bryce Long, 18-footer, no good. Michael Marino.
Play volleyball with it, Mike.
Taking candy away from the baby. Michael Marino, give him 19. A quiet 19.
Blocked by Watts.
Marino down to Fluker. Fluker got lucky right there. His ball bounced right into the hands of Bryce Long. Foul's going to be on Paris. Ryan Davis picks up his first foul. Team 4th.
Good crowd here tonight, Mike.
Bryce Long, give him 9. And what I meant on Michael Marino is he's let him come to him. He's not forced anything tonight.
He only forced it one time at that walk call, and that was after he scored 8 straight points, so you could understand that. But you're right, Mike. He's really done a nice job of letting the game come to him. And if you can learn that at his age, he's going to have a great career.
Tough take by Davis. Rebound, batted around. Guess who comes up with it?
Why does it surprise you that Cooper Robb is
going to come up with it, and Jordan Davis is going to pick up his 3rd foul. Clem Dameron in the ball game for Bryce Long. 6:09 to go. 71-47 is your score. Dameron, strong move. Shot's no good. Covington keeps it alive. But Davis down with it for Paris.
Eugene Puckett thought he was going to still play.
I was going to say, Jacoby Wells had a great pass. Ivan Rice called a good one-handed pass, but he's writing a story for the paper now. He's no longer playing for Paris. Dameron, shot's no good. Out of bounds, off the head of a cheerleader. Hope she's okay. Scott County maintains possession. There's the cutter, Robb, with the floater good. Cooper Robb, 22.
No way that should work, Mike. And it works every year.
There's another turnover. Paris was into this ball game until the turnover started. Michael Marino. Give him 21.
And that's the key. That's the key, Mike. You said it, the turnovers.
So Coach Brooks wants a full timeout. 5:13 to go. Scott County's blown it wide open. 75-47 here on the Scott County Sports Network. Back after this.
Whitaker bank shot. I'll give you a Whitaker bank shot. All right. Here's a real Whitaker bank shot. Yes, sir. Here's a winning Whitaker bank shot. Nice shot.
Whitaker bank shot. Now, there's a Whitaker bank shot.
Come on, Coach Honey.
I still got it.
Whitaker Bank, uniquely Kentucky.
J&L Pharmacy and Home Medical Equipment, located on South Broadway in Georgetown, Kentucky, is locally owned and operated by Scott County native Philip Johnson. J&L Pharmacy can meet all your prescription and compounding needs, and they will match all local pharmacy prescription cash prices, guaranteed. They have a convenient drive-through window, offer free local delivery, and are open 6 days a week. J&L can also provide you with all your home medical needs, including home oxygen with 24-hour emergency service. Stop by the store or give them a call at 502-863-9823 for all your pharmacy needs.
Welcome back to the Scott County Sports Network. Coach Brooks just saw his team basically implode. They were only down 4, 39-35 at halftime. Let Scott County come out in blitzkrieg here in the third quarter and then start in the fourth. You look up, Mark, it's a 28-point ball game.
Yeah, and like I said, it's just off turnovers there at the third quarter. Scott County really was able to push out that lead just because turnover was occurring at midcourt. Sometimes it's not that you have the turnover, but where does it happen? And they all led to easy, uncontested points for Scott County, and that's been the difference in the game.
So we go under 5 minutes to go in the ball game. Paris with the basketball. Davis, right side three, no good. Cooper Robb. Another rebound and an errant pass picked off by Ryan Davis. Wells baseline. Cooper Robb with the foul. So Jacoby Wells give him 7. Cooper Robb's going to pick up his first foul of the ball game. Team 8. They said that'll be his second foul. Goes to show how much I know.
I wasn't going to comment. But in that situation right there, Cooper, it's great to try to block that shot as he gets another rebound. He's going to end up being the top 2 rebounders for Scott County at the guard position.
Long pass to Robb. Davis got away with a foul. Mike Marino's going to come up with a loose ball over to Covington. Covington, and one opportunity, no good. Foul's going to be on number 13, Marcus Ashford, his first. Team 7. Caleb Covington, 75% free throw shooter last year. I told Mark not to mention that as it jinxed him. Second one no good as well. Rebound to Ryan Davis. Over to Ashford.
Nice pass.
Good pass inside to Cunningham. Cunningham with the easy finish. Give him 13. 71-51. Full court pressure from Paris. Baseball pass to Dameron. Deflected off of him. Jacoby Wells to the bucket. A little bit too easy right there as he got all the way inside.
Scott County got to grab the basketball.
Ashford misses the three-pointer, and there he is. Cooper Robbs with another rebound. Has it taken away. Behind the back pass to Davis, over to Wells. Wells got away with the double dribble. Shots blocked by Dameron. Dameron just going to hurt somebody.
Yeah.
Dameron's picking up his first foul for the 6'5 senior. Team 9th. Too many opportunities right there for Paris on that possession. Ashford give him 6. Bryce Long, Cooper Watts in for Scott County as Cam Fluker and Clem Dameron get a break. Second free throw is good for Ashford. Paris ain't going away as Davis with the layup. Ryan Davis give him 4.
There's another turnover. Can't do the behind-the-back dribble between 2 people, and that's something that a young guy's got to learn.
So 6 straight. We got another turnover as Wells gets blocked from behind by Marino. 4 fouls for Michael Marino. And again, Mark, this is the kind of tape that Scott County needs to see.
Yeah.
But if you're a future opponent, you like to press, i.e. the team's in the 11th region, you don't want them to see it. So timeout, full timeout. Coach Hicks, 75-57 is your score. 3:24 to go here in the ball game. We'll be back right after this.
Time for oral surgery. You need a surgeon you can trust and feel at home with. Consider Dr. Robert Henderson at Georgetown Oral and Facial Surgery. Specializing in wisdom teeth extraction, surgery to prepare for dentures, biopsies, corrective jaw surgery, TMJ disorders, and dental implants. All outpatient procedures are performed right here in our office. We participate with most insurance, we offer care credit, and take care of all the paperwork. Georgetown Oral and Facial Surgery will give you a lot to smile about.
Welcome back to the Scott County Sports Network. And Mark, Scott County cruising along. I think the ball game's probably too far out for Paris to come back, but Paris has had about 5 straight trips there. Scott County hadn't got the ball past their own free throw line.
Well, and it's if you remember, Mike, I'm a little surprised Paris didn't try this. Of course, they've only been 10 days in the gym. They made it to the semifinal round of the Class A football, so a lot of these guys play both sports, so they haven't had a lot of time in the gym to work either, as Scott County's had some football players, come out late as well. But I really thought that Coach Brooks would have tried to press Scott County a little earlier to test that youth. They've just got to understand that the thing about it is you got to pass the ball before that trap gets you. They're holding on to it too long.
So at the free throw line is Jacoby Wells. 65% free throw shooter, hits the first. Jacoby Wells, give him 8. As Wells and Ryan Davis have kind of been the two instigators on the top of that press, is giving Scott County fits. Nine points.
And they're right back in it.
Caleb Covington into the ball game for Scott County. Cooper Robb. Paris wanted to walk. Bryce Long is going to get the blocking call on Ashford, I think. Yes, sir. Marcus Ashford picks up his second. Team 8. Team 7.
You're having just a little trouble on that tonight. First game, though, right?
Well, it's not my fault. It's the pin. So Bryce Long in the double digits for his first high school basketball game. Not bad. Second one no good. Rebound to Mr. Johnson. Davis, 3-pointer is good. Ryan Davis, 7 points. Cooper Watts, tough take. I think he wanted to get the ball to Bryce Long, but he never got open. Marino knocks it out of bounds.
And that's where you've got to be a young team and understand what the score time is in the game, because you don't want to take that shot right there when you're up. Pull it back out and make them play some defense, because you didn't really have a rebounder on the weak side. That was the biggest problem I had with the shot, is you had nobody to rebound on the other side.
So under 3 minutes to go here. Paris has been on a nice run, Mark.
Yeah, and kind of need to move with a little bit of urgency here. They've gotten into where it's all one-on-one right now.
Long had Marino on the left side. Goes up for the take, and the foul is going to be on Ryan Davis.
Actually, they're going to say it's a block out of bounds, Mike. I don't think he called the foul, which I'm not sure how in the world he came all the way across the body to get that ball when he got it.
James Clark back in for Paris. Fluker back in for Caleb Covington. Marino, good pass to Watts. Back out to Robb. Right side 3. Good. Cooper Robb, 25. That was a pass, wasn't it?
Went below the net.
Deflection. Scott County very aggressive defensively. 2 minutes, 7 seconds to go. Clock on the drive. Cooper Watts with the block. Michael Marino with the rebound. Quickly over to Robb. Fluker with the three-pointer, no good. Wells off to the races. Clark has a ball blocked, and I don't think it ever went out of Marino's hands.
There's a turnover there again. Scott County needs a little bit more patience on the offensive end with this lead. But with the young team, they only know how to play one way right now.
Fluker took his eyes off the ball. Another turnover. Coach Hicks not going to be happy with this fourth quarter as Eric Johnson gets his 16th point. Coach Brooks is going to call a timeout.
He wants to set up the press.
It's going to be a full timeout. 1 minute and 4 seconds to go. Like I say, first game of the season for both teams. Coach Brooks doesn't care what the score is. He's working on getting his team better. So he's going to call a timeout, make some adjustments. We'll take a timeout as well. You're watching basketball on the Scott County Sports Network.
Steve Skierman, agency manager at the Scott County Farm Bureau Insurance, would like you to know that as your local insurance agent, he is right here in your community, ready to help you with all your insurance needs. In the event of a loss, you can count on Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance to help you through it. We have local claims adjusters to serve you at your time of loss. We are knowledgeable about our community and can provide valuable assistance and advice when needed. Call the office today at 502-863-2454 for a free, no-obligation quote. Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance, big on commitment. Georgetown Community Hospital is a 75-bed acute care facility with an award-winning history of providing excellence in health care. Georgetown has been named one of the best places to work in Kentucky for 5 of the last 6 years. The hospital continues to add new medical services and to grow.
Welcome back to the Scott County Sports Network.
Right away to break the press.
Josh Davis with a no good. Aaron Kumar with his first buckets of his varsity career. Cunningham with the answer, give him 15. Josh Davis into the ball game, the starting quarterback for Scott County's football team. Lorenzo Williams with the turnover. With the layup is Jordan Davis, give him 8. Under 30 seconds. Pass a little bit too long for Aaron Kumar. Out of bounds. (81-68). Scott County is going to move to 1-0. Cam Fluker is going to foul out of the ball game. Mr. Fluker plays pretty hard, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does.
Cooper Robb back in for Scott County with 19.2 seconds to go. Great crowd in here for the first night of the season, and it being a Tuesday night. Cunningham, 16 points to tie Eric Johnson for the high-scoring honors for the Greyhounds. Now he'll take that title over by himself. Davis, left-handed layup, good. Josh Davis, his first 2 points. 83-70. Shot no good by Ryan Davis. Rebound to Dakota Allen. And they're going to say out of bounds off of Lorenzo Williams. 1.4 seconds to go. So Paris's pressure came back and made it.
Wow. Are you kidding me?
A lot closer than we thought.
Actually hit the 3.
John Cunningham give him 20 points. And that's going to get us to a final score. 83 for Scott County. 73 for the Paris Greyhounds. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back. Go over stats real quick and get out of here. You're watching Scott County basketball on the Scott County Sports Network.
Hi, I'm David Goldman with Georgetown Family Chiropractic. Are backaches and headaches a problem for you? They shouldn't be. Drugs and surgery may mask the pain, but seldom treat the underlying cause. Spinal decompression works to ease pressure between discs without injections and without surgery. Don't learn to live with the pain, and don't let it limit your lifestyle. Call us today for a free evaluation. 866-807-8611.
Hi, Dick Stockton here. I've been announcing sports for over 40 years, and I know a winning team when I see one. Greens Toyota of Lexington has what it takes to win, which is why Greens is Kentucky's #1 Toyota dealer 2 years running. Family owned for over 40 years, Greens strives to give excellent customer service and best value for the dollar. No matter what department, parts, service, or sales, Greens continues to move forward doing business the right way every day. Be a part of Greens' winning team. Greens Toyota. Great people, great cars, think green.
Welcome back to the Scott County Sports Network. Your final score, Scott County 83, Paris 73. Looking at the scoring totals, first for the Greyhounds, Tajin Cunningham had 20, James Clark with 2, Eric Johnson with 16, Marcus Ashford had 9, Jacoby Wells had 9, Jordan Davis with 8, and Ryan Davis with 7. For Scott County, Cam Fluker had 11, Bryce Long with 10, Cooper Robb had 25, Aaron Kumar with 2, Josh Davis with 2, Michael Marino with 21, Cooper Watts with 6 for Scott County. So, Mark, looking at it, you had 2 scores with above 20. Your 2 freshman guards come out with double digits. Got to be happy if you're Scott County from the scoring side of things.
Oh, I think you're happy because you came out with a win, number one, because you never know how a young team's going to react. I thought at times they looked really, really good, and then at other times they looked like a young team that they are, and I think you're going to see that. The thing that you mentioned during the broadcast that really hit the nail on the head, Mike, was when you said they're playing hard. And as long as they give that kind of effort, Coach Hicks and the fans are going to be really appreciative because they're fun to watch. And I think as time goes on, they'll learn to play with the flow of the game and kind of protect the basketball a little bit. They're going to have to prove that they can handle the press because they're going to see it from Lexington Catholic. They're going to see it from LCA. They're going to see it from Bryan Station. They're going to see it from Henry Clay. So they might as well start getting used to it because that's what everybody's going to do in the 11th region.
All righty, Scott County had the big lead going into the middle of the third quarter. Parrish comes back and gets about 7 steals in a row and puts up 12 points in a row, and then they close it out, respectively. The final score, not really representative of the overall ball game. Scott County in that second half really blew it open early, but the final score is what it is. Scott County moves to a record of 1-0. Parrish drops to 0-1. Parrish will be back in action Saturday night. If you're Scott County will be over in the same term as the Kentucky Bank Classic at Paris High School. The Greyhounds will take on the Sarah Spartans at 5:15. After that, Scott County, they'll take on Montgomery County in the nightcap. So get a chance, get over and watch a doubleheader over at Scott County. Watch Scott County play at the Kentucky Bank Classic over at Paris High School. So for my broadcast partner, Mark Walls, I'm Mike Ritchie. For Kevin Ritchie, Toby Murray, we're the Scott County Sports Network. Thanks for watching. We'll be back in action live tomorrow from Grant County as the Lady Cardinals take on the Lady Braves of Grant County. Have a good evening. Thanks for watching.